Well, thank you for joining me on today's drive. We are in Kingston, or well, actually Greenwood today. And we're gonna go for a nice little drive up through the back mountain and through some farmland. Hopefully end up in Berwick, possibly Kempful, but we'll see where we go. If you haven't been to Greenwood in the last 20 years, it's kind of changed a lot. It's always, for the last 5 years, it's really kind of been evolving quite a little bit. A few more businesses and a few more opportunities, I guess, popping up. And we're going to take a right at this lights. If you continue straight through the lights, you will go into the Air Force Base. Greenwood Air Force Base, Wing 14. I believe that's what it's referred to. That minivan's in a hurry. Anyway, I hope this is a nice little relaxing drive for you. And hopefully this guy don't lose any bottles off the back of his truck. Ah, there we go, our luck's changing. Getting the green light. So much snow pile there you can't even see the Greenwood Mall. I remember back when that used to be a bustling place. The Greenwood Mall and the Country Fair Mall. Back in the day at Christmas time, that was Christmas music would be rocking. Mom would be shopping. Nice little memories. And who remembers when there used to be a mall down where, in Kempful, or New Minas, down where the Staples and Walmart and whatnot is now? I can remember there being a mall there. And I'm pretty sure I remember there being a Cleves in that mall, like a sports goods store. And I remember getting my first real nice baseball glove when I was younger, and I actually made the team and got my position and whatnot. I remember getting a nice to me ball glove there. Pretty sure that's where it was. I'm pretty sure there used to be. I'm uncertain what happened to that, whether it just got torn down because it was old or if there was a fire or something like that. Or they just repurposed, took it down and repurposed the property. Oh wow. I was not. Jeez, I wasn't looking for all this here, but. What this is, whether they're putting a sidewalk in or if it's just to do with better drainage or fire hydrants. Interesting. Well, after the summer we just had in Nova Scotia, and specifically the Annapolis Valley, we can definitely appreciate the importance of fire safety and fire prevention. Can't say that that's a bad idea there. Fair few houses here, probably pretty good assistance for them, peace of mind. So coming up here, there's a relatively sharp turn. Takes you to the left, and it's going to take us. It would take you back in towards Kingston, on the backside of Kingston towards the number 1. But we're going to take a right, and this will take us up towards Millville. So essentially we're just riding at this point parallel to the number 1 highway that runs up through the Annapolis Valley. And we're just to the south of it. Pretty much at the base of what would be considered the South Mountain, although there's not a whole lot of elevation to it up at this point. It starts to lean out. Down and back of Annapolis and Bridgetown, there's more of a South Mountain than what you'd consider here. It's quite gradual. But we're nestled kind of right at the base of that, kind of going up through the valley here. And from Millville, once we get to Millville, we'll kind of do a little zigzag. There'll be another sharp turn to the left, and then after that we're going to take a right-hand turn and go out towards Factorydale. Personally, I've never been out there. Not to my recollection. I probably have back when I was younger with my father. He particularly liked to just take the scenic route everywhere. So You wouldn't necessarily catch him on the 101 or the main highways. You know, you already seen them. But we would always kind of we'd always take the route where there would be a wharf we could go down to and see the fishing boats at the wharf, or right through farm country. You'd take the back road and see some of the fields and whatnot like that. So I guess some of that maybe rubbed off on me. This is in this spot right here. I love that little house, little red house, the big field in the back, all around it. The fun you could have. I imagine it takes quite a bit of work to maintain a farm like that. Seems to be quite a bit of property there. But it's a beautiful piece of property with those rolling hills. It's one of my favorite spots in the valley for in the springtime when everything's just coming. All the new grass, all the new buds on the trees, everything's starting to green up. And it's really pretty in the fall. Really enjoyed this drive in the fall. But today it's a nice drive to take in the Jeep with the heated seats in the middle of winter. -6 out. A little bit of wind chill. So again, if we were to continue straight, that would take us into the number 1. But we are going to do this and take a left, or a right, I mean. And make our way up into some new territory. New territory for me too. Hopefully we don't come to an end of the road or a dirt road that hasn't been plowed and I gotta turn around. But if it is, it's the gamble that I'm taking, because from the looks of it, tomorrow and the next 5 days, basically, we're going to get possibly 1 or so days of sun, partial sun. The rest of it's going to be warmer temperatures and a fair bit of rain. It's a nice little brook. And they're forecasting that, well, the predictions from the forecaster that our snow cover is pretty much going to be gone down here. What they're forecasting to be left, is going to be just up around Antigonish way and probably up around Cape Breton. But for the most part, down through the mainland Nova Scotia, all the way up Windsor way, into some of the higher elevations, like up around Mount Thom's, probably going to keep some snow. But everything mainland and lower is probably going to lose its snow, or a fair good chunk of it outside of what's getting a little bit of cover in the woods. So it'll be interesting. Maybe they'll Maybe there'll be some spring drives coming up here relatively soon. That would be kind of nice. So this would be Factorydale and surrounding area, I guess, but it's mostly just a little village. Looks to be a logging operation here. Quite a decent sized guy. Operation, but kind of what I was expecting, what I was hoping to see. Just a nice drive through the countryside. Never know. Maybe when I'm going back through the footage, maybe while my head's turned left, looking through one field, there might be some deer or something on the behind me over to the right. That's kind of the beauty that I like of having this 360 camera. You get in a spot where there's really too much going on, or like, I'm kind of interested to see, I like to take it whale watching or on a little trip like that, and see how that does there, because I should be able to just let the footage roll and pretty much capture and clip whatever I want after. Maybe that's something I'll do in the springtime. Take a little trip down Digby Neck, down to the islands. Go on a whale watching, or I guess not so much in the spring, but later into the summer. Try to get it when there's some migration happening, not just go for a cruise. So now we're coming up into another small village called Windermere. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. I very well may have it wrong. Seems to be quite a few snowmobile trails out through here, which makes sense. I mean, when in Rome. But what a snowmobile, what a season they've had for that this year in Nova Scotia. I know there's probably been some spots that people's gotten to down in Southwest Nova and stuff that they normally wouldn't have a lot of access to for an extended period of time. This year it seemed to, once we got our snowfall, and seemed to be how the weather peoples wanted it. Was they wanted the snow to come and they wanted it to stay for us. I kind of like it. I'm not much of a fan of the snow coming and going and coming and going, and the muddy boot prints and muddy paw prints for the dogs never kind of stop. I mean, there's nothing they can do about it, but this winter's been this summer. Tell me where my mind wants to be. I don't remember it being cold like this and the snow sticking for this long for quite a while back. Even when I was a kid, I always remembered our winters and stuff being, it was nothing bad, but they were messy. Like, the snow would come and then you'd get some rain and then they were messy. Well, big clearings, big choppings up on the mountain there. But so far, I've been a fan of this winter. This winter hasn't been so bad. And now we're coming down in, we're behind Berwick. Just about to enter the town of Berwick. Yeah, we're getting pretty good luck here now. We're getting some green lights. I've always liked the town of Berwick. Just a simple little town. But when I was younger playing hockey, I was not a fan of Berwick. They had a couple kids that were pretty good, and they made it a little bit of a challenge for Bridgetown. But we overcame most of the time. Oh, ain't that pretty? That's a new one, I do believe. Or maybe I've just never seen it. There's usually a little bit of traffic there, stuff like that parked. But I like that, those murals that they've started to put up. We used to have one in Bridgetown, but the building got re-sided and it was wooden siding and it needed to be re-sided, and when it got re-sided, the mural was gone. But it was really pretty. It was nice. It was a little touch to the railway and to the train station that once was there. It's still there, it's just repurposed now. It's been made into a couple different restaurants. Most recently has closed again, but I'm sure something will pop up in there again. It's too nice of a building and too nice of a location, and to be honest, there's some growth that's there's quite a bit of growth that's expected in the valley in the coming years, and some of those locations are going to be quite a nice opportunity for somebody. So yeah, you never know one day these videos here might be a window into a little past that we can't ever get back. Anyway, thank you very much for coming on the drive with me. And yeah, I think I'm going to take a little run into wheat and see if there ain't something in here that catches my eye. Until next time, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you. Enjoy your day and try not to waste them.